So, let's say that I want to work on push-ups. Much maligned, but awesome exercise if you do them correctly. But I'm not strong enough. But I want to use some of these. Well, this one. Can you do that from back here? Okay. So I'm kind of doing a push-up. I've changed the angle because I'm obviously not splayed out on the floor like this. I'm not here, right? I'm just up here. And I'm pushing here. I'm only going this far, okay? Over time, maybe I can go a little bit farther. What's cool about the rings is eventually I can get to the point where I would be putting my chest to the floor right about here, okay? So if I'm increasing the range of motion, I'm actually making the movement more challenging. Does that make sense? Okay. And if you have things like rings, which could easily be a pair of packing straps from Home Depot, and 2 plastic pieces of pipe, less than $20, okay, you can do a lot of these types of exercises, and it's super cheap and super easy. You can take these parts, close them in a door, if you don't even have a ring or a pull-up bar. Okay, make sense? So understand that manipulating angles, leverage, the range of motion, increasing it or decreasing it, and using deliberate destabilization. A little more logical version of deliberate destabilization would be, we're trying to get a push-up together, all right? It's just a great example. If I'm a beginner and I'm doing a push-up, I may need to be out here, okay? See where my feet are? You don't see people doing push-ups like that because that's not good. This is a push-up, right?
Yeah.
Not this, but what if you can't do a regular push-up yet? Having a wider base displaces the load across a greater area, so this is actually a little less challenging. So let's say over time, hey, cool, now I've got my push-up together. Great. Now I want to use a little bit of deliberate destabilization. Oh, now I'm just here. See, I want to wobble. So keeping that tight is a good training tool. Maybe now I go here, but I do this. What happens? My body wants to do that. So I have to tighten my core considerably to hold that unusual position. So that would be an example of deliberate destabilization. Increasing the range of motion would be this. I'm doing my push-up, a little wider. Okay, I'm here, but now I can go to here. Is this harder?
Yeah.
It's harder, right? If I want to play with angles and leverage, you're not going to be happy with how messy this room is. Okay, put these together. Do that. Now I'm doing my push-up. Now, how carefully do I have to stabilize myself? Because do these want to tip? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Have I just projected the load further up to the upper body? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that's an example of manipulation of angles or leverage. Make sense? All of these different ways to juice up one of the simplest exercises in the world. That's how we make our training more effective. I'm spending a whole lot of money. Now, the other key is something like the push-up is a tremendous teaching tool in terms of teaching your body to stay tight. So, phrase in gymnastics that tight is light. Have you ever seen a gymnast go through all of their routines? Their body is always a unit. It's never flopping around. It would be impossible to do what they do if they hadn't learned how to maximize tension from head to toe.